Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. We just finished the second season, but before we get into the third one, we're gonna watch a couple of more of these OVAs. Lost Girls Part 1 and 2. In this one, we're watching Part 1, of course. Quite curious about what we're getting into here. What's it going to be about? I'm guessing some of the female characters, perhaps, that we've already gotten to know. Maybe diving a little bit into the past, or yeah, it's always exciting with what they come up with story-wise in this series overall. But I guess there's not much else to say right now, so let's just jump into it?
Yes.
Yes, all right, let's do it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment where we are several episodes ahead compared to here on YouTube. It's all over on Patreon and the link is down in the description below. Well, here we go. Oh shit! Mako! Whoa! Damn. We already saw a little bit of that flashback recently in one of the season 2 episodes. But... Okay, so that's when we are.
何読んでんのよ。よう兄、憲兵団はどうだ。こっちは壁外調査を控えて訓練の真っ最中だ。
とにかく長距離索敵陣形とやらを覚えるのが大変でな。
A letter from Aina.
それより明日の宮内巡回なんだけど、病欠ってことにしておいてもらえない。
あのさ、非番ってやぶよを済ませるためにあるわけだよね。
向こうにも都合ってものがあってね。
じゃ一つ貸しね。家出しちゃったんだってその人。
That's the last girl.
そのさ、それでってやつやめてくんない？尋問されてる気分なんだけど。
いつか他の表現を思いついたらね。それで。
And?
嫌ならいいよ。無断欠勤すれば本部に記録残っちゃうけどね。どうせそれが嫌なんでしょ。どうする？交渉成立ね。
Guess we have a deal.
どうせ男に会うんでしょ。まさかさっきのライナーなんとかじゃないわよね。ね、どんな男
？15メートル級の巨人。
Wow, okay.
She's telling the truth though.
Yeah, but that's...
何かをしていないと、つい明日のことを考えてしまって気がめいる。だから今は少しだけ兵士ごっこに興じてみるとしよう。
旦那様、憲兵支部の兄レオンハート様をお連れしました。
どうせ。
Good old detective work.
娘の捜索願いを出してからすでに10日経つ。しかし、捜査中だったはずのあんたは一つの手がかりも得ていない。つまりあんたはそれだけ無能ということか。
そう考えていただいて結構です。
あんたは勤めて何年になる
？1月です。
私はこれまでに多額の税金を納めてきた。その仕打ちがこれらしい。
At least someone is looking for her, so shut up.
民間業者は詐欺師の集まりだ。金を踏んだくることばかりに頭を使うな。あんたはひよっこだが、信頼に値する人間だと私の目は言っておる。
Okay.
あれは捜索願いを出した2日前のことだ。その日の夕食に娘は姿を現さんかった。私と娘はどれだけ忙しくても夕食だけは必ず一緒にとっておったからな。
娘さんの交友関係やよく立ち寄る場所などご存知ですか？
知らん。
娘さんは普段何をされていたのですか？
知らん。
娘さんが普段何をしているのかご存知ないということでしょうか？
娘は3年前にアインリッヒ大学校を出て以来。
Anything at all?
娘がどれだけ遊び歩こうが構いやせん。
Wow.
誘拐ということは、
それはないだろう。何の要求も来とらんからな。
娘さんとの関係は良好でしたか？
Doesn't seem like it, no.
ところであんたはどうして憲兵団に入った？
内地での平和で穏やかな暮らしを手に入れたかっただけです。他に理由が必要とは思えませんが。
そうだな。他に何か聞きたいことはあるかね。
いえ、今のところは十分です。あんたは私が嘘をついていることが分かってるんだろう。その通り。でもあんただって何かを隠している。
Both being quite secretive.
マルレン商会は落ち目だ。しかしストラットマンは豪勢な暮らしを維持している。奇妙な親子だ。いや、私と私の父親だって十分奇妙か。
しかし全ては使命を果たすためだ。使命を果たすことがお前がこの世に生を受けた意味だ。
絶対服従。待てよ。カーリーは父親の金で生活していた。なのに父親は娘のことを対等の存在のように話していた。遊び悪く。大当たり。カーリーは2年前に職務質問を受けていた。酔っ払って酒場の前で寝ていたところを憲兵に保護された。ストヘスク憲兵支部のものですが、この娘に見覚えは？
さあ、知りませんね。
Didn't even really look.
そんなものを出されても知らないものは知りません。
喉が渇いただけ。ライムエード。
Limeade? Not lemonade, but limeade.
Yeah.
それが早くお家に帰ってパパに慰めてもらい。
Oh no, you. Oh, okay, that's.
違法薬物の所持は禁錮3年から5年。ただし。
ふざけんじゃねえ。
I don't think you wanna. Did you see what she just did?
カーリーはこの店の常連だったんだ。小便ちびるくらい気前が良くてな。いつも俺たちに酒を振る舞ってくれた。でも10日ぐらい前かな。突然すげえ剣幕で怒り出してな。
なぜ怒り出したの？
この間抜けのせいだ。カーリーの前でコデロインなんて飲んだから。俺たちいつも他の役やってるけど、カーリーは特に何も言わなかった。
でもコデロインを見たら怒った。なぜ？
Might that have something to do with her father and why he's still doing pretty well?
どう見ても仇じゃねえやつがカーリーのことを嗅ぎ回ってたんだ。洒落た背広を着て、片方が義眼の男だ。瞳の部分が赤くてな。見ればすぐにわかるぜ。
That would stand out, yeah.
カーリーの恋人なら彼女が何をやってたのか
I knew it.
知ってるんじゃないです
I
か。
knew it.
名前と住所。
Boyfriend, yeah.
ケンパーボルツ。
Oh, I
南
thought that
アーヘ
was
ン通りに住ん
him.
でま
Sorry.
す。
Oh,
番地までは知りませんが。
なんだよ。
gonna
Yeah,
put it back in
back,
place?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
あれ
Oh?
あんたはなんで知ってるの？
長い間この仕事をやっていると、
Hmm.
いろんな
I'm
物
a
事を知ること
bartender.
が
I hear things. I like this little Detective Annie story so far. Intriguing.
Kitty.
Kitty.
No,
Oh,
black?
oh, oh,
Oh.
oh. The cat knows.
It knows.
It knows.
カーリーの恋人のところに行って何の手がかりもなければもう終わりにしよう。ここまでやればカーリーは返したはずだ。
Guess there's gonna be some clues then.
なんだあんた。
区内で許可なく火を焚くことは禁止されてる。質問に答えてくれれば見逃してやってもいいけど。
面白い姉ちゃんだな。暑さで頭やられちまったのか。
Don't.
俺たちが涼しくしてやろうか。
Is open. Oh, wait.
ケンパーさん、いらっしゃいませんか？
Two glasses.
Mm-hmm. Someone was here very recently.
And smoked.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. More of those drugs.
So he was a dealer?
And
コ
then
デロインか。
Carly got in on it. And that's how she got a lot of money.
Or he was in on it with her father and
おい、うるせえぞ、何やってる。
The fuck?
さっき言ったはずだぞ。静かにしろって。
he's been that person has been dead for a while.
おったれバカにしやがって。そこで待ってろ。
Oh, that was annoying.
Well, yeah. Damn, okay. Just when something was about to happen, at least there. The person she found under the bed didn't get a real good look. It wasn't Kali, was it?
No, I don't think so.
Because it looked like the person like had a little beard here or something. Or maybe it was just wrinkled up and it's been there, the body's been there for a while. Whoever it was.
Also, the person was blonde, right?
Oh, I thought the hair was dark. Wow.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
really being perceptive today.
Well, I'm tired. What's your excuse?
Forgetful. That was interesting, at least. What we're getting into there, and with that little mystery and investigation. Yeah. But we were definitely right in assuming that it was going to be about someone we know, a female character that we know already. And just from this first one, I think like the overall title, I know that there are like multiple titles for these Lost Girls OVAs, but this part one with the overall title, it could refer to both like this girl Kali, who is literally lost, no one can find her, missing, yeah. But I would say also Annie, and just where Annie is, and maybe feeling kind of lost in this role that she's playing. And we had a little bit of flashback stuff going on, you know, going back to her father, and then her thinking about what she has been doing and what she's about to do as well, because this is like right before the whole female Titan 57th expedition arc. And we also saw a bit more of the horrible scene there, or the horrible thing that she did, and well, I'm getting Rainer and Berthold, they were there as well, that they did to Marco. But I think we're gonna see that scene play out fully at some point, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But all right, Detective Annie is what we're getting right now. Got this, or doing a favor for her roommate. Yeah, needs to stay, you know, sort of occupied as well, or needs to do something before the next day and the 57th expedition starts. So yeah, keeping herself busy with this investigation, and just going further and further down the rabbit hole, I guess you could say, with what's going on. Seeing the father at first, who just seems like a sort of a privileged, rich asshole who doesn't really have a real relationship to his daughter, doesn't know anything about her really, but they still met regularly for dinner. Oh, and she never missed it, presumably. And they never talked at these dinners about anything, or is it they have some sort of mutual understanding? There's something he's not telling, at least. And Annie knew that as well.
Yeah, and I think it's the whole thing that he's stealing that corduroy
or something. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but those drugs.
Yeah.
That, he found out about.
And if she's knowing, like if she knows about this, that's why she's so mad at the guys at the bar for actually taking that specific drug, because that's her father's business. She might not be feeling good about that. And if her boyfriend is in on it too, and maybe that's what she found out, and she was like, well, I need to get away from this. I need to this is not something I want to. This is not something I want to live off of, because we also knew that she was living off of the father's money, and he was in a tight spot at some point, but they always had money. So yeah, I definitely think it's like he's the one who's basically,
he's doing something on the side. If it's the drugs or not, it seems very plausible right now. And then maybe her boyfriend was also in on it, and she found out, and that's why she really acted out, because she was like, okay, my father is doing this shit on the side, and now I found out that my boyfriend is also doing it on the side.
And you guys are supporting him by taking these drugs, because she didn't have any problems with any of the other drugs they were taking.
No. So it's that drug specifically.
Yeah.
So there's definitely something there. Whether or not it's exactly how we think it is right now, that remains to be seen. But yeah.
Yeah. So my question, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably a question whether the father actually killed the boyfriend, because we saw when Annie came in there, and that table, it was like there was 2 glasses of something like drink,
some sort of liquor,
and one of them was drinking off. Maybe he poisoned it. I don't know. And there was also like an ashtray with those cigarettes. They looked a lot like what the father was smoking, and there was 3 of them. If he's been there for a short while, we know that he's just like chain smoking. So yeah, well, that my point is like the father has been there.
Yeah,
speaking with him.
I think that's a real good observation, because there was a reason why they made such a big thing out of, not a big thing out of, but they really showed us the fact that, okay, this father, this guy, he's both drinking this, it looks like some sort of whiskey or brandy or something like dark liquor, and then also smoking a lot, and these specific cigarettes, and showing us when he's putting them out, and like they want us to notice these details because it's going to mean something. And that's at least also what we've learned about Attack on Titan in general, is just pay attention to all the details, because it all means something. So I think you're quite right about that. Yeah, he was there, and maybe the message that he got there at the end of the meeting he had with Annie, when Annie was there as well, the guy came in and he got a message, and then he burned it immediately after, that it had something to do with that. So yeah, saying that he has secrets might be an understatement at this point. There's definitely a lot going on, and I'm also expecting for the mystery to kind of really open up here in the second part, in the second episode.
But we're not gonna watch the 3rd episode, so I think that's the resolution to this whole thing. We're not gonna watch that after season 3 part 2.
Season 3 part 1.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a while before we get the end of it.
Maybe because these first 2 Lost Girls OVAs are called Wall Sina Goodbye, or Goodbye Wall Sina part 1 and 2, and then the 3rd one is called something new, something different. So it might not be that closely related, and we might get some sort of resolution in this next one, at least when it comes to this investigation thing that Annie's got going on. But we'll see. I'm intrigued about it, at least. And whoever she's gonna run into now when she's running out the door, and some people were yelling, it was like, something's about to happen, and to be continued, which is also something that Attack on Titan does a lot. But do you have anything else you want to add to the teeny tiny thing?
Yeah, we got some flashbacks.
Of course.
Like Annie's past.
Yes.
Very past. We met her father, met. We saw him and we heard a few words from him. It's like the way that he's just said, like, he straight out said, "You're bred to do this. You're bred to be a fighter."
The only reason you're here in this world right now is for this.
Fulfill this mission.
Yeah.
And it's so tragic. Like, these kids, like Rainer and Bertolt and Annie, these 3 people we know is on that side of the fence, at least. It's so freaking tragic that people would basically indoctrinate and, raise these people, brainwash them into becoming like murderers, and this whole thing with like, you have to bloody your hands because you're serving a purpose. The way that if you're just, like, you must be so afraid of failure because there's nothing left for you if you fail the mission, because you've been bred to do this. You've been
put into this world to do this one thing, or whatever happened. But that's the sentiment, at least from her father's side.
Also be why she was crying when they took Eren away, because she was feeling so much guilt because she failed the mission.
Yeah, and she was so close. She had him. She would finally say, "Mission accomplished." My entire life goal.
Yeah.
Which fucking sucks. It was almost over, and then I lost it.
Yeah, and like I think that she not only encapsulated herself to keep the secrets, but maybe might also have just been out of like well, a part of it could have been like she was just pure shame and this whole like notion of, well, I failed, so I'm just gonna go cocooning. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna.
I think a lot of us have this. And I think this is of course not as literal, but
if we could do
fail,
that
or if
nice.
if we get some sort of like setback in our lives, sometimes we have a tendency to isolate ourselves and pull out of the situation and basically just like surround us with a hard shell of some sort. The shell is something that you build up over time, I think. But,
exactly, not as literal as what.
No. But it's, I think in that regard, it might be a very nice like description. Also because she's been closing herself off to other people and not really letting anyone in. We know that it's a little bit different, perhaps for Rainer and Bertolt. They were a little bit more engaging, but Annie has been very like she's very secluded and has been very reserved and. Closing herself off.
Exactly, but that the fact that Rainer and Bertolt have been a little more outgoing and more willing to really play the part as these soldiers and comrades of Eren and all the others, that had consequences as well, and we saw that with Rainer and how he was all fucking confused, and we also heard from Bertolt like how much it pains him and hurts him that he had to do these things, that they had to do these things, whereas Annie is closing herself off more and not as willing to open up as they were. But it's but that also has consequences for her, as we're seeing, and closing yourself off from everything and everyone, and
isolating yourself, going into your shell,
being alone. That'll do something to your mental state as well. So it's really tragic with these characters. But I like that we are getting to know them more and more, and even just jumping back in time here with Annie and seeing what she did leading up to the 57th expedition.
And it's not like it's justifying her action. It's just that we get what's going on inside their brains, like all of them, and we can see where they come from. We can understand where they come from. It has nothing to do with justifying their actions.
No. We don't condone anything that they've done, but we feel for them because
sometimes you can do horrible stuff if you've been raised and taught this way, and it's the same thing. Like I know some people have had this discussion before, like, but with like kids who are children of like terrorists and murderers and stuff like that, where they have helped out with like carrying like chopped off heads and limbs and body parts of like they've been helping their parents and stuff. With like with disposing of that. And how some people think that these kids are like they're impossible to save, that they're irredeemable, and I think that's just maybe it's just because I'm so naive and I'm so like I have so much faith in like hardcore therapy that I'm like you can snap these people out of it. I'm pretty sure you can. It's just about approaching it right and giving them space. Like I would never give up on children. I would never, like, even if they had such a hard time being raised by psychopaths or murderers or terrorists or whatever, I would always give them the benefit of the doubt and, like, believe in change.
Yeah, believe in rehabilitation and not just punishing someone because
giving up on them.
That's what they grew up with and you can't save them and yada yada yada. Yeah, so it's the same sentiment here with Annie and then also Rainer and Bertolt and where they come from, what they've had to do. We still need some more information about all of it, of course, but that's at least from where we're standing right now, what it looks like for them and just knowing them as characters at this point as well. So not exactly a teeny tiny thing anyway, but I know.
I delved into psychology stuff. So.
It snowballs from there. I get it. But that's going to do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan. OVA Lost Girls Part 1. I'm not quite sure how to, like, if I should say the entire title or not, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.